Welcome to Fingering the Page.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Andy.
And we're here to talk about books that touched us.
In our hearts.
And sometimes somewhere else.
Guys, it's spring. Or summer. Depending on when you're listening to this. Could be winter. Might even be listening to this from a bunker long after the world has been destroyed by its ancient nemesis, Mothra.
What's Mothra?
Mothra is a giant moth that fights Godzilla. She's taken care of by two small women. They're like her attendants.
Doesn't ring a bell, but it does sound nice and nurturing.
I used to write a lot of Mothra fan fiction. Most of it involved Mothra getting married to Godzilla, which is crazy, I know. But in the fiction, I think I solved a lot of problems because in it, the two women would fight over who got to be Mothra's bridesmaid. And in the end, Godzilla was a stand-up guy, and he would let the other one be his groomsman.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think in the end, a lot of people are really worried about women becoming bridezillas. When really, they need to be worried about men becoming groomthras.
What is a groomthra?
Good question. Groomthra is a groom plus Mothra. Basically a man who allows two small women to speak for him, and when he dies, he gives birth to twins.
So, now that we've alienated our entire audience, what book are we talking about today?
We're talking about Catch and Keep, which coincidentally are the names of the two attendants for Mothra in my fanfiction.
Andy, enough with the Mothra. Okay, no one knows what you're talking about. Well, at least maybe some do, but no one in this room knows what you're talking about. Why are you wearing that?
So I can get in character.
The character is...
Mothra? Do you have any eyeliner?
Why?
So I want to give myself a smoky eye.
Why?
So I can be Gothra.
Let's go to a commercial break. Dude, what are you doing?
Show up in my cool costume.
Yeah. Fishing, the Midwest, YouTube, two children who trauma bond with their dad's new girlfriend. That sums up one book and one book only.
The Giving Tree.
Add in a dash of a stalker storyline.
That doesn't really go anywhere.
An ex-wife who lost Mom of the Year.
Again.
A chick who loves Muskie the fish.
But hates public proposals with a flash mob.
A house renovation.
We never see.
And a nice fat pour of Leinenkugels, and you've got...
Catch and Keep.
I don't know if I'm super homesick, but I did love this book.
Did your brother's friend call you Jig as well?
No, they called me, who is that again? As the resident Midwestern gal, I did love the cozy vibes of this book. Was it particularly well written? No. Did the phrase, "I've never seen a man load a dishwasher before," make me want to blow my brains out? Yes. Did it also make me want to move to Wisconsin and start a fishing company? Also, yes.
Katie, who are some of your fishing role models?
Obviously, Bert and Ernie.
Bert and Ernie Menendez?
Yes, they are super hot. Andy, can you give the viewers a quick rundown? I wanna go into a Menendez K-hole for a second.
Katie, to be honest, that's the grossest thing you've said to me. And one time you left me a voice memo where you just read that shower scene from Powerless.
Yeah, fishy.
But listen, happy to talk about the book, though.
Great.
Maren, the female lead, is a former YouTuber. Gross. Wouldn't know what that's like. Have no desire at all to have that kind of life or career.
So unrelatable.
She is now a park ranger. She just broke things off with her boyfriend after he stole her job and tried to make amends by proposing to her in public, which she hates.
Ugh, I've been there.
Proposed to in public?
No, in public. It is the worst. Right after just being in a city.
Oh, the city.
Ugh.
Gross. Maren retreats to the bait shop willed to her by a friend of the family who is now dead.
It's implied that he's dead.
He could have faked it. The bait shop is barely standing, but so is her emotional fortitude. Luckily for her, her brother's best friend and his parents live nearby, and I gotta say it, sparks will fly!
Oh, now that's cool.
That is cool.
When it goes up. I see.
Oh, you got to watch all the Mothra movies, dude. They're
I don't know
so
if I
cool.
do. Anyways.
Despite her brothers need to talk down to her.
He talks down to her a lot. A lot. And she's 35 and he's treating her like she's 14, which, by the way, one of my favorite parts of this book is that she's 35 years old. In these rom-com books, they're barely touching 25. Maybe 28 if we're lucky.
Yeah.
So
they're basically spinsters at that point.
Exactly. And I'm so excited that we finally have a spinster as a protagonist. We exist out here.
Yeah.
And Erin, our good old friend Erin, has that representation in this book.
Yeah. Also, my fan fiction Mothra's over 100, so...
That's good.
Maren's old stalker also lives and works nearby and keeps asking her when she's going to start up her YouTube channel again.
Ugh, been there, sister.
Really?
Well, one day we'll be there. It'll happen. Stalk away, friends. Stalk away.
Maren starts taking older people out on tours, renovates her new place, deals with her brother all up in her business, and sometimes works shift at the bar. After which she gets frisky with a certain ex-military father of 2.
Through it all, she learns one important lesson. If you're hot and on YouTube, you can get a guy to almost blow his load in his jeans without even touching him. Now, this is a direct quote from the male character somewhere in this range. Yeah, I almost blew a load in my jeans.
Check out our new merch.
Andy, have you ever blown a load in your jeans?
Katie, listen. I've blown a lot of things. Glass, second chances, my retirement on this Mothra costume. But I have never blown a load in my jeans. I don't own jeans.
And none of us should. Sign our petition. Let's get into what we liked and what we didn't.
In a segment called What We Liked and What We Didn't about this book.
What didn't we like, Andy?
I didn't like that it got way too spicy out of nowhere.
Yeah, let's expand on that.
After a platonic bar shift, they went back to her house to watch the game and eat some pizza.
A baseball game.
Right, New York Tigers.
Detroit.
They have tigers too?
They fell asleep watching America's Pastime, and they wake up in the middle of the night entangled in each other.
Wait, I'm sorry. Does New York have tigers? Who are the tigers?
Joe wakes up first. And he tries to get Maren off of him without getting him off. Yes.
Why do you keep changing the subject? Do you not know who's on the team? Who's on first?
Yes.
No, I'm asking. What's the guy's name on first base?
Who?
Yeah, who's on first?
Yes.
Okay, the guy on first base.
Who is on first?
What are you asking me for?
I'm not asking. I'm telling you who is on first.
I'm asking you. Who's on first?
That's the man's name.
What's whose name?
Yes.
Okay. Doesn't matter. Listen, guys, who knew pizza and a bad baseball team were aphrodisiacs?
Oh, who definitely knew? What did we like, Andy?
I like that Joe had a son that wore nail polish, was effeminate, and loved fishing. What was that kid's name again?
Who?
Please don't do this to me.
Do what to who?
Do the who, what, where thing.
Where's the beef?
Why?
Because we like you. MOUSE. You've heard our review, and now it's time to hear others. In this new segment, we're going to review Goodreads' bad reviews.
I want to point out that this book had a ton of good 4- and 5-star reviews, but so do erasers, right? What's fun is reading the 1- and 2-star reviews because that's where you get down to the real nitty-gritty of the book. And if you're lucky, you find out that the person is not only reviewing the book, but also their trip to Costco where they bought the book.
Mm-hmm. It's real good stuff down there.
Yeah.
Let's start with Artemis, who gave a scathing 2-star review simply based on the character's name of the ex-wife of the main character.
Mm-hmm.
And I quote, 2 stars. Kylie isn't a real name.
You want to rate her reading comprehension?
2 stars.
Listen, here's the thing. 2 other people liked that comment. They were like, yes. So 3 people in total on this have never been in a sorority, okay? They've never been around one. They don't know that exists. Our next favorite review is from Susan. The story was okay, but I quit listening to audiobook as I don't like all the 4-letter words. I like that Susan can't stand hearing these words, but she can stomach reading them.
Oh, yeah. Susan hates using her ears, but she loves using her eyeballs. She must not have cataracts yet. What words do you think she's hating? Is it don't stop believing?
Listen, I know for Sue, a big word that she hates is can't. All right? Believe in yourself, people.
Sue.
Here's a review from Maddie I can really get behind. I don't know. I wasn't vibing with it. And life is too short to finish books you don't like. She shouted that one.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my library having this book so I didn't have to buy it. Crazy face emoji. I think for me, it's not so much the review as it is the emoji. It's the same one my mom used to send me whenever she told me that my grandmother had passed.
Your grandma got passed at the Improv?
Better. Comedy Chateau.
Oh, jealous. Last, but certainly not least, we have our boy, RJ. Quote, DNF did not finish. There are ideals in this book I cannot get behind. The author has an agenda I do not agree with. I think it would have been so good without that.
Nobody liked this comment, so that's comforting.
Yes, we decided to do a deep dive into RJ because we couldn't figure out what agenda he was really talking to because this author kind of runs the gamut. Mm-hmm. We don't know if he was mad at the liberal agenda of kids with autism and boys with nail polish or the conservative agenda of fishing for pleasure and serving our country.
RJ has 512 reviews, and 42 of them are 1 star.
So percentage-wise, quick math, didn't do this before, 9% of the books he reads he hates.
Yeah.
So how many 5-star reviews does he have, Andy?
159.
And what were they?
Oh, these are his profile set to private.
As I suspected. I am dying to know what these ideals he hates so much are. Maybe it has something to do with fishing without a license and renovating without a permit. Maybe.
Highly likely, but you just never know. As a writer, sometimes you get vague reviews and you just have to accept that some people are not going to like your art.
This is true.
I once got a review that said, I don't like that you made Mothra marry Godzilla. And I was like, I don't know what that's about. But, just had to let it just flow off my back like a duck.
Yeah, you can't read the comments. You can't read the comments.
You can't care about it too much.
And honestly, none of us should think about that book either.
Mm-hmm.
That concludes another episode of Fingering the Page. Keep your hands above the covers, guys.
Or don't.
And until next time,
Keep reading.